Hey guys, Mr. Tim. I'm assuming you got the email from me yesterday about some Awana discussion that we're looking at for the fall. I did want to clarify some of that information briefly if I could, and I thought the video would be the best way to do that. Let me start by talking about the last few months. In Kid Street on Sunday mornings, we have followed strict protocol since we started back after a few weeks of Kid Street at home exclusively. We do temperature checks, leaders wear masks, the kids social distance at all times, which that has been kind of the hitching post for everything that we've done. You know, can it be done with social distancing? That will continue to be the case for the next few weeks, and there's a good possibility throughout the fall. Again, who knows and who can predict? So with that in mind, I wanted to let you know this, that on the 23rd of August, we are going to, Pastor Rob is going to do a first step class, a couple snack classes, and then I think Kyle's going to do a youth worship service in the worship center. But know this, that every bit of that, okay, will be done with that social distancing protocol in mind, okay? That's what I've held to since the beginning, and that's what I will continue to hold to. That's why we don't have nursery, because there's no way to social distance. That's why we haven't had Sunday school, because, again, it's been difficult to imagine that with social distancing happening. Now, on the 23rd, we're going to extend our Kid Street model into the evening, which means that parents who come to First Step, parents who come to a snack class where they're social distancing, they can also check their child in, bring them to Kid Street in that model for us to provide programming. Starting in September, we had entertained the thought about what do we do with Awana? And we thought, well, can we possibly do Awana in person / virtually? As you know, that's almost impossible to do, you know, in two of the three of our prongs. One, we can't do handbook time in the classrooms. We can't do in-person younger classes like the Puggles and the Junior Cubbies because, again, you can't social distance. And the game time would be almost impossible because, again, it's hard to imagine social distancing with a large group in the activity center. So with that in mind, we thought, well, what can we do? Should we call it Awana? Should we have a hybrid where we provide things virtually, and hence the email that you got yesterday? I want you to know, first of all, my intent was never to make anyone feel any pressure, because I don't feel pressure myself. I do know that we'll probably have something for kids whose parents come, but at the same time, our thought is really to, how much do we sprinkle Awana into our continuation of that Sunday night program? We certainly, we don't want a virtual for an hour and a half in a synchronous way, anything, because it's really just what can happen here. And then again, do we want to add things extra? Our last thought was this: do we simply continue with offering kids, a program here if their parents are elsewhere, and possibly offer an Awana at home, which would really just mean that any parents who want their children to continue to learn the memory verses, to say the sections, that we would allow them to purchase a book and then to do that at home like they're doing even during a normal Awana year. And then we would help them to hear those sections, whether they text those videos to us of the kids saying it, and we keep track of them. So Awana would be basically totally virtual for those who want it. And I know that would be a small group of people, but then it would be more of a continuation of that summer program where we give them content in a virtual, or not in a virtual way, in an in-person way, like we do on Sunday morning with the safety protocol, okay? So there you have it. I don't know if that helps you at all, but I wanted to try to clarify the fact that my purpose was not, when we hopefully can meet next week, is to say, what are you doing? Do as much as you can, because part of our range was even to think about, foregoing a hard Awana start and only to provide that Awana at home effort. But yet, again, we didn't want to make that decision completely without talking to you guys who are leaders as well. I hope this makes sense. I hope I haven't talked too much and confused you, but those are kind of our thoughts. I'm going to send this to you, and if you don't mind, you can call me, but you can email me back. But the point is, I want you to know that our goal is to talk through it and to make no one feel, in any way pressured to feel like they need to be back in person, to feel like they need to do a certain thing for their club, because that's certainly not my point. My point was simply to have you as a representative of that age group to say, here's what would work, here's what would not work. By the way, I don't think anything would work. Let's just wait until we can do it in a more normal way. All of those are options that we just wanted to hear from you, okay? So, knowing that, let me release this, and it'll give more discussion, and hopefully you can respond back to me, in the next day or two, and let me know, again, if you're able to meet next week, which nights you're not, and then we can work out a time where we can honestly sit down and talk through a good solution, which is decided by all of us, that we can feel comfortable with going forward, okay? Thank you, guys, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.